Good morning, good evening, and good night. Whenever you're watching this, how you doing? When I say I had a long weekend, I had a long weekend. Between trying to find a car, I'm telling you, trying to look for a car is hell. And I'm so tired of taking the Uber. It's crazy. Hey Salima, how you doing? So I just want to just hop on live real quick because I feel like talking. Oh, I hope I ain't ran out of my eyeliner. Well, oh my gosh. I think I ran out of my favorite eyebrow tool. No! Okay, there we go. We got a little bit on here. But yeah, in between cars right now. But that's the name of the game these days. Hey, you do a great job on brows. Love it. Thank you so much. They been hating on my eyebrow threading on the reels. Some girls like, it hurt. And I'm like, I thought beauty was pain. It was like, yeah, it's for eyebrow thread. But thank you so much. That's good to hear, Sierra. Good morning, good morning. I'm actually I need to thread my eyebrows, even though I don't really have too many. But it's like I have this little patch on the end that grow in. And I have a little scar right here. And I got that scar when I got an eye ring. I got like a piercing right here. But instead of getting it like up and down like this, I got it like sideways like this, trying to be different. And I guess it rejected or something, because one morning when I woke up, I seen like the ring on my pillow, and it's like both balls were still on the end. So I was like, I hope it didn't rip my skin. And when I looked in the mirror, yeah, they said it rejected or whatever. So that's that on that. But I never really had like eyebrows. Even growing up as a kid, it always been like just little hairs up here, but I never really was able to form a full brow shape. Quite ironic how I'm the brow lady now, huh? Like I said in my last life, I started off as a hairstylist, and in a hair salon, I used to wax eyebrows in a hair salon. But I wasn't like the eyebrow lady, you know what I'm saying? Until I was just like over it. I used to be a cosmetologist. I used to work in a salon full time or whatever. And when I say it wore my body down, like I used to ask other girls, like, your feet don't hurt, or your hand don't hurt, or your wrist, or your back don't hurt, your neck don't hurt. Standing up for so many hours, and especially doing those micro braids and box braids and all that. I'm like, yo, like, I don't know. So I'm not a hairstylist anymore. I just like to, share what I know, like hair tips and hacks and tricks and all that good stuff, and eyebrow tricks and hacks. online to help out, other people who don't know, especially for women who's not a cosmetologist. Like, if you want to learn how to do your daughter hair or do your hair in the latest trending styles, but still, learn how to do it in a beginner-friendly manner, then I'm the person you need to see. Hey, Joy, how you doing? Good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Thank you. But yeah, I'm just on here just chatting away. Like I said, I'm not a full-time stylist no more, but because I ended up with tendonitis in my right wrist. So every now and then, like at first, I noticed like my thumb used to like bend like backwards a lot. And I used to be like, what the world is that? So I went to the doctor and he was like, yeah, I got tendonitis in my right wrist. It's not carpal tunnel. It's like when the tendons in between your bone and your muscle rub together and causes, friction and pain or whatever. So yeah, right here. And then like now, like if it was quiet in here, like my air wasn't on, you can hear like every time I do like this, you can hear like a little clicking sound or whatever. So yeah, I had to stop doing hair full time, but thank goodness I had run into eyebrow threading. I didn't even know nothing about it until one day I was just, trying to figure out what can I do. Like, I still want to be in the same career field. I don't want to leave the beauty industry altogether, but I know there's other things you can do instead of being behind a chair, like for 12, 15 hours, 18 hours a day, just in pain or whatever. So besides me making the wigs or whatever, I was like, I know it's something else I can do. So I was just looking around, and I was online on my computer every day, just trying to figure out, what can I do? Like, how can I reinvent myself or whatever? So I went on Craigslist, surprisingly. That was like my last resort. Cause I know Craigslist, especially back then, it was for the creeps or whatever. But I went on Craigslist, and it said I went on the beauty section or whatever, and it said eyebrow threading, and I was like, what the world is eyebrow threading? I never heard of it. So I was curious, So I was like, okay, I know how to shape brows, with the waxing and but threading, what is that? So because I do know like about the threading when they put the thread in your skin and then pull it to make it, to lift your eyes like an eye lift, and they do that or whatever. I heard about that, so I was like, I wonder if it's that. So I looked it up, and it wasn't that. It was like, yeah, you can remove hair with string, and I was like, oh, like you can like take the hair out the follicle and all that with string. I was like, yo, this is wild. Like, how you do that? So when I found out about that, I had Googled it, and I was like, okay, eyebrow. No, I Googled it first, and then I had went on YouTube, and I was like, I know somebody on YouTube, can show me how it's done. So I went on YouTube, and it was the Indian, Indian that is. It's like it's like a foreign thing, Indians and Asians. They, it's originated from, where they're from or whatever, India and China and all that good stuff. So I seen them on YouTube, like doing the stream with their hand, and I was like, what? This is wild. So I was impressed. I was like, I gotta learn this. And then I noticed like it's not a big market in South Carolina for that. So I was like, maybe I can crack that market or whatever, because it was just wide open. So I looked on YouTube. I seen the ladies doing it. I got inspired. I was like, yo. And then I noticed it wasn't no women of color doing it, not online, and especially not in person or whatever. So I was like, maybe this is for me. So I called them, and I was like, hey, I never heard of it before. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to learn how to do it. I've been a cosmetologist since a kid, so I'm already in the field, and I already know how to shape a brow, you know, as far as like brow shapes and the styles and all that good stuff. But I just need to learn how to do the, you know, the technique, the threading technique itself. So they was like, you know, sure, you know, come down and thank you so much, Joy. But yeah, shout out to Joy too. Joy been rocking with me, you know, since. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, so they called. I mean, I called them. I was like, hey, look, like I need to learn this because this is cool. I like this. It's cool. It's dope. So they was like, yeah, come on in. You know what I'm saying? We can teach you and all that, and you know you can be on the training, and we can just, you know, teach you from step by step how it works or whatever. So I was like, cool beans. So I went up there, and it was like, all right, first thing first, like we can't just throw you out there, obviously. So you got to, you know, you're gonna have to train. So however long it's gonna take for you to learn it, then that's, you know, when you can start working and start making money. So I was like, hold on, so you mean to tell me it's no paid training? And it was like, no paid training. So I think, like, when people ask me how long it took me to learn, I'm telling you, that no paid training thing made me learn faster, because I was like, you know, if I don't get this, I ain't gonna make no money. So so I think that was my motivation, to learn faster or whatever. So everybody, you know, the experience was different. For me, it took me 2 weeks to learn, and they was like, that was the fastest somebody learned that they taught. And I was like, man, if you tell me I ain't gonna be able to get paid unless I learn it, then hey, I'm about to learn this thing. So yeah, it took me 2 weeks to learn it, but see, at first, like how they was teaching me, first they taught me the manipulation, like how to handle it in your hands and how to, you know, do the movements and all that good stuff. And then after they taught me the movements, then it was like, all right, thread my arm and thread my leg or whatever. So before I even learned how to do anything on the face, I had to learn like on different surfaces. Like first it was like thread this paper or whatever. So I, you know, I had a notebook, and I was kind of like, it was like teaching me how to, you know, maneuver the string on the, you know, on any surface or whatever, so I could kind of get that down pat. So I was like threading paper and all that kind of stuff at first, and then it was all right. So thread my arm and thread my legs. So I started threading their legs and their arms. Like, it was so funny, but I finally got it, and it was like, okay, so when you go on the floor, on the clinic floor, you're not going to do eyebrows yet. You know what I'm saying? It was like, because you're still learning. So it was like, once you get on the clinic floor, we're going to have you doing like, you know, people's legs, because it's like that from the knee down, you know, that was the only place, like, far as on the body, that we was able to do. So I did legs at first, and they had me doing like different areas on the face besides the brows. Like somebody wanted their sideburns or their cheeks or their chin or their lip or their forehead or whatever like that. Then you know, I was practicing like that just to kind of get the, you know, the feel of it on a real person. So I was, you know, threading the face or whatever at first. Then after that, it was like, all right, we think you ready for the eyebrow. No. Before I got the hang of it, let me tell you. I was like, yo, I don't know, like, if I'm able to, will I be able to get it? They was like, you know what? Some people they taught didn't just get it like off the bat. They was like, you know, they taught some people and it took them months to learn. They taught some people and it took them, you know, years. Or they said some people never really caught on to it because it just simply just, you know, so tedious for them that they just never really caught on or whatever. So I was, oh, dog. But I was determined. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna learn this. Like, so, but anyway, fast forward, I'm threading the face and all that good stuff, and yeah. So they was like, hey, we think you ready. You know, we think you ready for the eyebrows. I was so nervous because I was the only black girl in a salon, and that was surprising because normally they don't really hire outside their race or whatever. But anyway, I was the only black girl in the thread salon, and everybody else was like Indian girls, and so that was I already like stood out like that. So when the people used to come, they used to look at me like, I don't know if I want a black girl to thread my eyebrows. She might not know what she's doing. So I went through that whole, you a black girl, oh my gosh, I still go through that. Like sometimes when my clients meet me, they be like, oh, I never seen a black girl do it. And I embrace it because I was like, yeah, like I'm, paving the way for other black women to be able to do it. And shoot, if you learn it, then why not? Hey, we need more of us in the field, yeah. So yeah, so they used to like come in like at first they was like, oh, I don't want her to do it. I want it, the people, I want the Indians to do it. So I mean, I didn't feel offended. I was just like, hey, look, I'm learning anyway, so I might mess you up anyway. So you probably dodged the bullet, but anyway, I was just so nervous. Like, hold on 1 second. Hello. Hey. Okay, you can come on up. All right, see you shortly. Bye bye. But yeah, so where was that? Okay, it was finally time for me to thread somebody's eyebrows. And when I say I was nervous, like I was sweating, I was shaking, and they was already looking at me weird because I was the only black girl. So they was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, I know how to shape it. So let's start there. So I was like, all right, what kind of shape you want? And they was like, yeah, I want this, I want that, and keep it full, and I still want an arch. And I said, okay. So I got the shaper down, packed in my head. So I was like, all right, I got this. So when I started, I wasn't the best, but what I'm saying, I took my time, and I finally did it. After I did my first brow, after I threaded my first brow, I was like, oh, it's going down. Like, I'm about to get it in. So, like, every day since then, like, I went, like, even if I was walking, like, to the store, not walking to the store, but even if I was walking through, like, the mall or through the grocery store, like, you'll always see me with the string in my hand, just practicing, like, everywhere I went. People used to look at me like I was crazy. They didn't know what I was doing. But I didn't care. I just was like practicing because I knew I wanted to tap into this market because I know, especially girls in the hood, like they don't, a lot of girls in the front of the hood, they don't even know about it, let alone, get the eyebrows threaded. So I was like, I want to tap into this market. So, I just was practicing ever since, and you never can learn enough. So I'm still learning. But I'm telling you, man, it was a blessing. It's less stress on my hand. It's less stress, on my health. So I was like, this is dope. I love this. You know what I'm saying? I think I got somebody want to come in with me. I'm thinking about to add Brenda. I started filling in my brows, but I stopped. But yeah, man, it was a blessing. Now it's like I mean, if I'm just super busy all day or whatever, then I feel it, but it's nothing like standing on my feet 12 hours a day. It's nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate that, Brenda. Man, I tell you, it's been a journey, and you know what? I actually had a little controversy behind my independent grind or whatever. Like when okay, so when I was with them with the company that taught me, I was with them for like what 12, 13, 14. I was with them for like 4 years, and I was like, look, hey, I can do this on my own. Like on my last live, when I told you how I started doing hair, whatever, I started as a kid, no corporations, no YouTube at the time. Just self-taught, self-grind, and yeah. So that's I always been like a little entrepreneur, even as a kid. So I was like, look, they messed up when they taught me this because after I, really got used to it and got the hang of it, and then I actually started building my clientele, I was like, man, you know what? My boyfriend, he was like, how much you like? It was one Labor Day, and we was like busy, and I was like the only one like there, and it was like, yo, like if you that busy, like what if you was able to just get a piece of that on your own? So I was like, hmm. Sounds good. And then it's like the overhead is like super dumb low. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't need to have too many products like that. I don't need to have like a big back bar. I don't need to have big expensive equipment. Only thing I need is a chair, some thread, scissors, an eyebrow brush, some witch hazel, and some cotton balls. So that's all I need. So I was like, and he sparked something that, I was, I kind of like just took my mind off of. So I was like, you know what, yeah, let me get back to my independent grind. Yeah, yeah, I am an entrepreneur, am I? So yeah, it was over after that, I tell you. After that, I was like, yeah, you know what, I can do this on my own. So, shoot, I, like I had set it up for like 6 months. Well, when I finally knew I was gonna do this on my own, I had I said, I'm gonna take 6 months. Thank you so much, Joy. I really appreciate that love. I'm telling you, I love that love. But yeah, I took like 6 months, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna just give up my number, email, social media, whatever, get their information, whatever, and hey, start back doing what I used to do with my independent grind. So yeah, after that, I was like, for like 6 months before I left, I was like, hey, get my number, whatever like that, cause I'm about to leave. So yeah, 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 follow me. I really appreciate that and all that. So I think that was dope. So after I left, I was like, man, you really don't like, especially if you're doing this, like you really don't need a middleman. So that's why I took it to social media, and I was like, yo, like I ain't gonna lie, ever since I was a kid, I used to do this on my own. You don't need, a middleman or whatever like that. So I mean, it's good to rent booths and all that as a stepping stone. But as far as my case, I'm not telling y'all what to do, but if I'm just telling you my story, I'm telling you, how I was able to, build my personal brand and to build my clientele up and build relationships and all that good stuff without a middleman. So I brought that to the hood, and I was like, yo, yeah, you know, we don't gotta be slaves no more. And that started some controversy. Like this was like 2017, and I thought I was like, inspiring women like me, and it's like, yeah, we can do it or whatever. And they was not having it. They was like, no, you need to get back in the salon, and people won't take you serious, and blase, blase, blase. And I was like, but it's so much freedom, you can. You're your own person. You don't have to go through nobody else or whatever. You can kind of set your own hours and do your thing. You can travel. You can, you know, it's more freedom. And it was like nah. So I was like, okay, I'm just trying to help. My bad, my bad, my bad. you know, my bad. So yeah, it was wild, man, and like that was like when first, I didn't go viral. We used to call it city viral, where the people, in my area, that was in my field was tapped in. So I was like, hey, you know, they don't like it, but they still watch it. So I was like, I'm gonna just continue to do my thing, and instead of me trying to preach to people and say, hey, yeah, be like me, do me, I had to learn that everybody ain't me, or everybody that don't want to, everybody can't or don't want to go down the same path. So the least I can do is is to do me, and hopefully people can watch me and see me get inspired by it, and hopefully they can take something, learn something from it, and yeah. So that I said, hey, I tried, but sometimes helping people backfire, and so I was like, maybe let me just live my life and do what I do, so they can see, instead of me telling and talking all that, they can see it, and they can see, you know, from where I came from, and they can see my grind to where I'm going and where I'm gonna end up. So hey, so that's how I got started threading eyebrows. Yes, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. I do kind of wish I was in a bigger market though, because in South Carolina, like I call this the waxing town. A lot of people, um, like when it comes to the threading, like most people who get it, they are that's their life. They already get it. They already been getting it for years. They know about it. I didn't really have to convert them or like convince them. Hey, yeah, it's better than it or whatever. So those are the people who come to me who already about that threading life. But I do notice in my area is not a lot of people who do it. A lot of people wax, like that's like the standard, way. That's like the traditional way. Um, but I'm cool with it because it's people from out of town that come here. They know what's up. Like I said, I travel. I may go to them and all that good stuff, especially during the pandemic. Ah, I hope I got hair in my eye. I hate getting a piece of hair stuck in my eye, especially when I got lashes on. I hate that. But yeah, especially during the pandemic, y'all, like it was very lucrative for me because while people were scared to leave the house and all that good stuff, I was like, I ain't scared or whatever. So, and then not to mention, it's not the matter of being scared or not. It just, I can't stop. I got bills, so shoot, what I'm gonna do? As long as I could, protect myself, I did wear my mask and all that good stuff. But I said, shoot, they was hit me up on some, hey, can you come to me? And I was like, sure. Where you at? So I charged my little travel fee and headed on the road. But I mainly did it like in my area or in the surrounding areas. Because my car situation at the time wasn't really up to par. So I mainly like travel in my area. Where I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. Columbia, South Carolina. Home of the Gamecocks. But yeah, so yeah, that's how I got started in it. And I said, man, they messed up when they taught me this because I just took it in. You can't teach me nothing, but I'm gonna take it and run with it. Especially if I like it, it's going down. Hold on 1 second. Hello? I'm in the back. Give me a few minutes. All right. Okay. All right, y'all. My client is here. I'm about to wrap it on up. Um, thank you so much, Joy, for rocking with me. Sierra, Salima, and Fulama. Fumba. I'm so sorry if I'm chopping your name up, but don't blame my heart. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're hitting the replay, yeah, comment your name or comment, how you feel about what I said, whatever. And when I be back, I will tell y'all about, I will continue to tell you about the controversy I had in my city about trying to help and trying to bust open this market for us, especially for us black entrepreneurs. So I had some backlash on it, but I'm gonna talk to y'all about that later. Thank you so much, Joy. I really appreciate that. So yeah, my client is out the door. I don't want to have her wait too long. Thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all on the flip side.